Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a story that's all about resilience, passion, and proving that the true instrument isn't the one you hold in your hands, but the one inside your heart and mind. It's the story of a rock climber named Anya, a name that became legendary not just for the peaks she conquered, but for the valley she had to climb out of first. Anya was on the cusp of greatness. She had sponsors, a growing online following, and was just weeks away from the biggest competition of her life, the International Zenith Climb. For years, she had poured everything into this: her custom-fitted climbing shoes, her meticulously maintained ropes. Her specialized harness. It was all an extension of her body. She had spent a small fortune and countless hours perfecting her gear, making sure every piece was just right for her unique climbing style. 1 week before she was set to fly out, disaster struck. A fire, small but devastating, broke out in the storage unit where she kept all her competition equipment. Everything was gone. Her custom shoes, molded perfectly to her feet, were just a memory. Her lucky chalk bag, a gift from her first mentor, was reduced to ash. The ropes she trusted with her life were destroyed. The news was a gut punch. Her rivals and even some of her supporters whispered that it was over. How could anyone compete at that level without their specialized gear? It would be like a concert violinist trying to play a Stradivarius piece on a student fiddle. The timing was impossible. Getting new custom gear would take months, not days. The competition seemed like a lost cause. Many people would have quit right then and there, and honestly, who could blame them? The emotional and financial toll was immense. She called her coach and said 5 words that would change everything. "I am still going to compete." Her coach was stunned. He tried to reason with her, explaining the risks of using unfamiliar standard-issue equipment. It could affect her grip, her balance, her timing, everything. At that elite level, the smallest imperfection in gear could lead to a fall. It was dangerous and, in his opinion, reckless. Anya listened, but her mind was made up. She spent the next few days borrowing and renting whatever standard gear she could find. The shoes felt clunky and stiff, the harness was awkward, and the ropes felt foreign in her hands. She went to her local climbing gym, not to practice her breathtaking competition routes, but to simply get acquainted with the new equipment. It was a humbling experience. She felt like a beginner again, her movements clumsy and uncertain. Every hold felt different, every move was a struggle. Doubt crept in. Was she being foolish? Was she about to embarrass herself on the world stage? The night before her flight, she sat alone in the gym, staring at the climbing wall. She thought about quitting, about giving in to the overwhelming odds stacked against her. But then she remembered why she started climbing in the first place. It wasn't about the gear or the sponsorships. It was about the feeling of pushing her limits, of the quiet focus on the wall, the raw connection between her body and the rock. She realized the fire hadn't taken her real assets. It hadn't taken her strength, her years of training, her muscle memory, or her unshakable will. Her greatest tools were never in that storage unit. They were within her. With newfound resolve, she boarded the plane. At the competition, the other climbers looked at her with a mix of pity and disbelief as she unpacked her generic, mismatched gear. But when Anya stepped up to the wall, a switch flipped. She wasn't Anya, the climber who lost her gear. She was just Anya, the climber. She moved with a raw, primal grace. Without the comfort of her familiar equipment, she had to rely purely on instinct and skill. She had to listen to her body more intently than ever before. Her climb wasn't just technically brilliant. It was a story of pure human spirit. She didn't just climb the wall, she conquered it.